Good morning and welcome back to Jody Lewis Creations. In today's episode, I have no idea what we're going to work on. I haven't even really been up here. I do want to share with you, when we were in Wisconsin, I did get a couple things. I got some of the Halloween mica sprays, but not just because they were the Halloween colors. Of course, if you know me, you know I love purple. And this green, I think, is super fantastic for a multitude of colors. But this blue, I think, is going to be really great for, like, wintry scenes. So let's open it so we can see the labels. Today is Thursday. And it's the 28th, I think. Yeah, September 28th on a Thursday. Yeah, this gray, I think, is going to be super fun for, like, winter. And not just for Halloween. But anyway, it was a splurge. I know I told you guys I'm not going to buy anything, but then I did. And then I got these on clearance. These mixatives, these gold and silvers. They're supposed to go with alcohol inks. And I have something I want to experiment with on a bone folder. And then I did get these, which is really funny that I got these. These are the junk drawer, the baseboards. And you guys know I usually end up peeling layers off of the back of these. So I bought these over the weekend while we were in Wisconsin, right? Then, you guys remember I did the Pokey Little Puppy Journal as a commission project? That lady contacted me while we were in Wisconsin, and she's commissioning me to do another journal. So I think that some of these pieces may lend themselves to this. So that's really exciting. So this is definitely going to be a project that I take on the road this winter. So there's that. Then I got my other set of birthday stamps in. So we definitely are going to be using those, both of these probably, in this journal. I haven't even opened them yet. So we're going to be doing something with those, possibly in today's video. And then also, oh, Rhoda, check your Joann, because I found these remnant rubs at Joann. And I bought both packages that they had. So you might check your Joann, or even online. These are the specimen ones. They actually match some of these are, this kind of coordinates with this, which I think is fun. But anyway, so I wanted to share that with you. And I broke down and bought a stamp set, you guys. But I thought this stencil could be Halloween. It could be Christmas. It could be fall, because it looks like it could be used for, like, flannel or whatever. Anyway, plus I was with my mother-in-law and I was shopping and having fun, so there's my excuse. Okay, so, where are we? I have no idea. I said to Mark just left to take Mom to the airport, literally just left, and I came up here to film because I haven't been up here in days. And I said, you're going to go home and you're going to tell all your friends that your daughter-in-law is nuts. And she goes, yes, but I love her so much anyway. Like, well, that's a good confirmation that I'm crazy. Thanks, Mom. Oh, anyway, it's just life right now. It's just life right now. Okay, so now that I've shared all of that with you, let's get to work. And I will talk to you a little bit about our trip. So I think I was messed up on my days when I was filming the other day, because I think I filmed on Tuesday and I was saying, oh, we're leaving tomorrow. Well, we went up on Thursday and came back on Monday. So, but our things got rearranged, and so I think I was just confused about what day it was when I was saying that. So apologies. But we were up there we left on Thursday and came back on Monday. And the weather was beautiful when we were there. It was actually colder than I anticipated, so of course I wasn't packed properly. Okay, I think we wanted to do something. Were we going to do something else before? What is it? Why is that stuck to that? I must have taken the glue off of the end of my 3-in-1 because that was on there. Yes, I wanted to do something here. And we don't have any top tucks going on. So I think maybe we want to do a top tuck on this page, or just another interactive piece, because this is going to flip out this way and open all the way up. Remember that. And so I do want to do something here, and I need to find that tape before I glue any bases down. I want to find that tape because I think that would be super fun to put on there. And I know it's somewhere on this table. Yeah, yay! Look, I knew where it was. Okay, so we have that. Because won't that look super cool on there? Yeah. It's not as thick as what is on there, but that's okay. I think it's still just gonna be a neat piece to add. So let's just put a little piece of that on there. And I think I need to add some more glue to that. It's not super sticky. Okay, so anyway, we went up on Thursday and we stayed at an Airbnb like right on Lake Michigan. And if I remember to add to this video, I videoed a sunrise. Oh my word, you guys. It was truly one of the most, if not the most spectacular sunrise I've ever seen in my life. Can I tear this? No. Yes. Okay. It didn't really tear like I wanted it to, but that's okay. Anyway, it was so beautiful. I mean, the colors were amazing. And like, I took a picture and I was like, truly, there's no filter on the picture. Then, like I said, I did record the sunrise the one morning. And like, we caught the sunrise Saturday morning. Yeah, Saturday morning and Sunday morning, because Friday morning I was so tired from the trip up. I just was like a zombie. And then, but anyway, and it was super orange, and the sun itself just looked like a ball of fire. I mean, it was gorgeous. Are they back? What is that? Oh, wonder what that is. The house next door went up for sale, and somebody just pulled in over there and being nosy. The write-up on the house is like kind of comical, but oh, I like that. I love that. I'm just gonna wrap that around the edge there. So that gives us that like aged tape look on there. Excuse me, goodness, that came out of nowhere. So anyway, and then we saw the grandkids. So our granddaughter she was 12 weeks old when we were up there. And oh my gosh, her hair is so funny. She's like right on top of her head. It sticks straight up. She looks like we went over to our son's in-laws house on Saturday night for a cookout. And his mother-in-law had like YouTube fall soothing whatever on the TV. And there was a red squirrel on it because it was fall scenes, and we were totally laughing. We were like, oh my gosh, that's what her hair looks like, is a red squirrel's tail. It was so funny. And I have already used this somewhere, so let's do something different. Anyway, it was so funny. We were all just laughing. We're like, oh my goodness, that poor kid. But her hair is just like her brother's hair was when he was little, because he had that crazy little spiky thing on his head too. I think I want to use these butterflies. So let's do that. And that'll be a good use of this piece, I think. And then I think, do I want that on there? I do want that on there. So anyway, it's like went to the park almost every day. And it was funny because Friday, was it Friday? Yes, Friday the kids came over to the Airbnb, and then we had the boys on the beach playing, and they were dressed not for playing on the beach. I love this piece, but I love that piece. I love this piece on this. Anyway, they were not really dressed for playing on the beach, so we ended up with the youngest one in a diaper and the oldest one in his underwear out playing on the beach. It was super funny. And then they came back Saturday to play on the beach, all dressed for the beach, and it was so cold. It's not gonna work because it was so windy and stuff that it just didn't work out. We stayed at the park for a little bit, and then I like this one. Anyway, I'm trying to get my paper pad out of my box over here, and it was stuck. I like this one too. I do love this. I want to use this somewhere. I love that pattern. But anyway, so it was a good time. We had fun playing in the, I was standing at the edge of the water with the middle one, and he's so funny because we were waiting, watching for the water to come up and lap at our toes, and the water was kind of cold. And he was cute. He was talking, and he does pretty well for 1.5 communicating. And he was like, I said, are you saying toes or are you saying cold? And he says, toes, Grandma, toes. I said, okay. So he kind because it was cold. I want to have this as like a tab on the bottom here. So I'm going to try to just cut this very carefully this way. Yeah, so, and then and he was like, again, when the water would come up and lap our toes, and it was cold. But, I mean, Mark and I ended up playing in the water the one day, and it was not terrible, but let's see, how wide do I want that? Because this one is what? This one is, I don't know, 5 and whatever. So I think if I do this one like 4 3/4, that'll be a nice flip, I think. Or do I just want to go 5? I'll just go 5. So anyway, yeah. So he was funny and such a sweet little boy. The 3-year-old, his mom called it, he's in his 3 teens, which I thought was hilarious. He was being a pill. Oh my goodness. He was really struggling with having to share his mom. And, I mean, he's such a cute kid, but he's definitely, you know, they always say the terrible 2s, but I found even with my own son that 3 was definitely worse than 2. And I think that the same is finding itself to be true for that grandson, but he'll outgrow it. And they're so smart, and they do communicate so well. Like, we were all really surprised at how well those boys communicate. But their mom has been reading to them since they were born. I mean, even the granddaughter, you know, our son was laying on the floor reading to her, and it was so sweet. Oh, that's fun. I like that for that tab right there. I like that a lot. I do. Okay, so let's score that and then ink around this, and that will be a flap, and then I'll probably do something on the back of it, although I don't know what at this moment. So on this one, I'm just gonna go like 3/8 of an inch. I think that's enough. 3/8, and then I'll come over another 1/8 just to allow some room for if we want to put something under there. Maybe I will do that. But anyway, so yeah, I mean, it was kind of like, we didn't do a whole lot that was exciting. We just kind of hung out and played with the kids, and they're on such a schedule and routine that, you know, they have their lunch times and their nap times. And Mark and I, well, the 3 of us, Mark, Mom, and I, drove around the state park that's beside them, but I can never get reservations there. And the lady says, oh yeah, people who know, and they book it. Like, you cannot get in there. And I was already looking, and like in August, it's totally booked. Like, you can't get anything. So I have it on the calendar for the day that it opens up, the reservations for September. So I've got, you know, next week for October on my calendar to try to get something booked there. I think I want to take a corner off that. Just want to just go like that to match the angle of that, I think. But anyway, so hopefully we can get something booked, because it is a beautiful state park. It's right on Lake Michigan up there. It's gorgeous, and it's only a few miles from the kids' house, because I say that Airbnb we had was so expensive. I mean, super expensive. And like the bathtub leaked, and the bedroom we were in smelled of urine. It was really gross. And so it was just super expensive to be having those issues. I just don't get it. Do I want to have that under there and that one on top? I think I do. I think I like that. And since I scored it like I did, then that's going to act as our tab to go up, right? Or do I want it like this? Maybe I won't use that. Maybe I will just do that one flat. Come on, fold. So the thing I want to try with the alcohol inks is I bought a couple new bone folders, and I want to see if I can color them with alcohol ink. I don't know if it will hold, but we're going to try it and see. Okay. But I thought these would allow me, the gold and silver silver will allow me to add a metallic aspect to it. Okay. Do I like it like that? Or am I second guessing this all together now for that flap being there? I think I'm second guessing it. Ooh, I do kind of like it on there too. Okay. And because of the way I have that, it actually could be over both of these, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna do it there. Which leaves me still needing to come up with something for the other page. So my friend's working on something similar, and she says, she says, I just don't, how did she word it? I don't have to read the text message for exactly how she worded it, but it was cute because she's like, with the flaps and flips and stuff. And she says, you just seem to have a clear plan. And I'm like, well, I'm glad it's perceived that way because I feel all crazy when I'm doing these. Just trying to figure out how I want them layered and how I want them to interact with one another. So that was a very nice compliment. And I appreciate it very much. Okay, so we're still gonna work on this. So I'm gonna figure out what I wanna do on this page because I still need something. I just don't know what. And now I did put that up there. So I think that adds a little bit of interest to the top of that, but we still need something. Even it maybe I don't put anything there. I don't know. Well, we'll move on and you guys can tell me if you think we need something there or not. I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure, but I'm glad I set that over there. And that's what I've said before, you know, try your pieces in other places because you may like it better somewhere. Like, I definitely like that better there. And then we need to do our fabric for these spines so we can start sewing stuff in and then figure it out. Okay, so yes, it's really coming together though. I am liking it a lot. Oh, I have this top one here. And that's a top one there. So maybe we do a bottom one on this one. Okay, a flippy down on that page maybe is what we'll do. Okay, so I think I decided I'm just gonna tear out this and make it like a rough pocket here for a little tuck because I really think that, and yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. Do you like that? I really think, and yeah. Oh, so crazy today. I have so much to do, but that's okay. I have an appointment this afternoon, and then what? Tomorrow we have to go back down to Pennsylvania, basically to the same area we went down to when we were doing the ancestry stuff the other day. And anyway, meet she's not my mom, but I kind of call her like my spiritual mom. Anyway, we're gonna meet her and her husband for lunch because that drive is only 2.5 hours versus the 6 hours it takes me to get down to Indiana to visit her. I got too much ink on that corner. I don't like that. It's all right. I'll just tear it off. Anyway, how am I doing that? I don't know. Oh, it's exactly how I'm doing it. Okay. Anyway, so we're going to go down there tomorrow and have lunch. And then I told Mark, I'm like, we are not socializing for a week. No, we just have a lot to do. We have a lot to do. But it's fine. Like I've gotten, oh yeah, I really like that there. I like that a lot. A lot. And I was thinking maybe I wanted to maybe put like, you know, on the back to make it where the pocket is like a gusset on there, but I don't think so. I think it's going to be fine as a tuck like that. So in fact, I think we can just go ahead and glue that one. But anyway, so we're doing that tomorrow. And then Saturday, I said we're not going anywhere, we're not doing anything, which is like totally a lie because I have to finish the dash mat in the RV and start getting stuff packed and put away. I want to go through all my drawers and cabinets and take out anything that's like excess or we don't need. And then I want to, like Mom and I were talking about it and she says, why don't you get this instead of, you know, like, like one of those bullet things for a blender instead of my big blender. So that would just be a smaller thing, and then I could just do things on a smaller scale, even if it takes a couple batches. And then her other suggestion was a mini food processor versus my big one that I didn't take my food processor last year, but I did miss having it because I realized how much I actually use it. So kind of came up with some solutions there. I really like that piece. I like that a lot. I'm so glad I saw that flower and said, use that. Okay. So then I think we can glue this one on. Oh, I wanted to do some stitching before I start gluing. So I'm going to do some stitching, but I'll do that when I'm done filming this episode because then you'll just see it. It'll take me a little while to sew. Oh, I hope that wasn't too loud. I have the window open. It's super cold this morning. It's like fall has definitely arrived, people. Okay, so I think that's it for my flaps and stuff for now because I added a pocket to that. I really like it. I have this, which I think is super pretty. I love that. I thought I might add a vellum pocket to something. Where? I need to cut leaves for the bird, but I'll do that. Yeah, see, I thought if I did a vellum pocket or something on there, you would still be able to see the flowers through it. It wouldn't take away from it. But I just love the vibrancy of that, so maybe I won't do that on that page. Let's get them put on here correctly. These paper clips are starting to drive me crazy, you guys. All right, so we'll need our string for that, but that's part of the decorating process. Okay, I still have to make those a little bit looser to fit stuff in. Okay, all right, so I'm just fussing and flipping and kind of thinking out loud, and so I'll figure out what we're gonna do next, and then I will be back for that. Maybe we'll do a vellum pocket on that one. No, we have a belly band on that one. Just kidding. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is add another envelope here as a flip, and it's got this letter from my Aunt Margie, and this was 1958, and they were in Florida at this point. She was still married to her first husband. Cracking me up because this is when she tells my grandmother that she had to start drinking beer because the doctor says it's good for me because of the yeast and gaining weight. My Aunt Margie drank Budweiser for breakfast with her eggs. I kid you not. And she was a wretched, wretched woman. So reading that just makes me laugh really hard. I mean, wretched woman. She was horrible. And I know how that sounds, me saying that, but she was so mean to me. Oh my gosh, she was so mean to me. She was mean to all of us, but especially to me. I don't know why she hated me so much, but she did. I mean, as a kid, but she thought she was Scarlett O'Hara, let me tell you. Seriously. She thought she was a princess. She's talking about her mother-in-law in this, and she's saying, you know, how nosy her mother-in-law is, which is cracking me up. And then she says, for my grandmother, it's my great-grandmother, is who I reference when I say my grandmother. It's my great-grandmother. So this is my grandfather's sister. Anyway, and she says to bring her dress form, but that the dress form is just too large for her anyway. She was a very petite woman. She, how do I want to do this? Maybe that won't work. It could work. Could just stick that in a pocket. I just like the blue with all this postmark here. I like that blue a lot, but I don't know that I don't think that's actually going to work there, but I wanted to use it. But I thought I could use the handwritten pages as collage fodder in the journal when I'm working or whatever, because that's part of what I want to do with this. But I love the blue of this with the airmail envelope, so I'm really wanting to use it. Okay, guys, help me out because I'm just totally having a brain freeze right now on how to utilize this envelope here. Unless I just put it in as just a pocket. I could just do it as a pocket on that page, couldn't I? Is that too much on there? No, I don't think so. I'm going to paper clip it and you guys tell me what you think. Make it a pocket because it's not going to work as a flip unless I flip and hinge it here. I could do that and just leave that open like that. We could just make a hinge. Tell me if you think I should make this as a flip like this or a pocket like this. So I'm just gonna clip that on there and let you guys tell me what you think. But anyway, I'm kind of like, oh my gosh, reading that, I want to send a picture of it to my brother and be like, well, now we know when it all started with her. Oh, she was something. She only came to my chin. She was a very petite woman, and I'm not very tall. And she came to my chin. My grandmother came to my nose. Just really very petite family. So it's no wonder I'm not very tall. But her personality sure made up for it. She was mean. But I think she was always like that. I think she was just always a little princess and spoiled and just not a very nice person. As long as I can remember, she was never a very nice person. I'll say that. Okay, so we have this that's flipping out. Oh yeah, we still need something for here, don't we? What do we want to use? What did I do with that? I used it. Okay. Ooh, that's kind of fun. I really need to make sure I'm covering all that glue though, huh? And I just used that flower for, or that other flower for pocket. What was that? Okay, so I have this piece here, and I'll tell you that this is my second try to cut this right. I still am not quite sure what I did wrong on my first piece that I cut, but I wanted this really grungy corner, but I cut it wrong. So I cut my piece, you know, and then I cut corner to corner, and it just didn't come out right. So we have these pieces. I'll use them somewhere else, but of course then I feel like, oh my goodness, I wasted. So just make sure if you're going to cut, you know, your corner pocket out of a full sheet, that you pay attention to which way you're putting it on your trimmer so you don't mess up like I did. And, you know, I can use these. This will be a cool top tuck, or I can cut it into a tag or something. I mean, I'll use them, but I just feel like this paper is so precious that I'm like, no, I cut it wrong. But anyway, I was also thinking, you know, I have this medical tape here, and I'm wondering if I spray ink on this, if I can get like, so let's try it. I'm gonna set this aside. I just want something to add some interest to that page there. So I'm just gonna take a piece. I think I have a new roll of this somewhere. I need to make sure because this roll's almost gone. And all right, so what color is on there? Those are reds. If we get some green transfer, it'll be okay. Because that's from my kitty cat card kit there. Let me grab my spray. I think I'm gonna do a yellow maybe and a brown and just see what we can come up with. So let me grab those sprays. I just thought of it when I came back on talking to you. And don't spray outside of your spray box unless you're outside or you're in an area that doesn't matter. But I was like, I had that just laying on the table and I'm like, no, Jody, we don't do it like that. So get that good base of yellow on there, maybe a little more. And then these pieces of parchment, I use them for collage. So that's why I keep lots of paper in here, is to make collage fodder. So hopefully this will do what I'm wanting it to do. It's hard to tell until it dries. I think I will try to take the heat tool to it. And I think I am going to spray it with some water. Hopefully you can see that. It's kind of, ooh, maybe. Okay. Well, let's just get that to run a little. Getting some green in there from the green mica that I used on the cat card. I did not sign up for this month's card challenge, guys. I just don't have time for it. And honestly, I shouldn't even be in here playing around right now. I have things to do, but I just want to play. I need to play. Okay, let me dry this. I don't know what's going to happen. but I'm going to dry it just like this and then show you, because I don't know if the tape will melt or wrinkle or anything. So we're going to find out together. Okay. My gosh, my friend just sent me a picture of a lady who's actually making little miniature books to put in a bookshelf in a book. I don't know what it is, but I'm waiting on more information. It looks so cool. Okay, so I lost my yellow. I don't know if you can see that. So we're gonna pull this off here, maybe. I don't know, it might have stuck to the parchment paper here. We'll see what it does. Oh, it's really gummy. Oh, okay. Well, note to self, that doesn't work. Ooh, it does work though, because like that's a really yummy little bit to work with. So let me set this aside and let's get this other piece off here. Here's some crinkle. Parchment crinkle. Oh, speaking of crinkle, for Dumbo, I think I'm gonna go get some yellow Rit dye and dye some paper. Oh, that's still wet. I have yellow copy paper, but to Mom's point, it's not gonna sound as good as the dyed paper or feel as good as the dyed paper. So I think I am gonna get some yellow Rit dye and dye some paper for that. And that will also allow it to be a heavier weight paper versus just the 20-pound paper. So it's a little bit more substantial. Those came out really kind of cool, you guys. I'm happy with that. But I do need to finish drying this piece a little bit because I see that on the back side it's still a little bit wet. But I think even just as a piece of interest, is it going to get lost on there? No, I don't think it will. I don't think it will at all. I think it's going to be totally fine. Even if I just go along the bottom with it, yeah. Okay, I know. I'm like, oh, who knew? I'd get excited over yellow and brown. Just kidding, because this is yellow and brown and I love it. All right, so I'll finish drying that. I'm going to get strip put on there. Do I want to put some stamping on there? Ooh, maybe I do. I don't know. Let's use one of our new ones. Let's use a new one. How about just some numbers, random numbers on there? I think we're gonna do that. We are. Okay. I'm gonna get this opened up and out of here. I have to dry that before I stamp on it. And then I'll get this opened up so all that noise isn't in the video. And then I'll come back and we'll stamp a little bit on here and then get that put on here. I just want some interest on this. And I may still do something else on here. I probably will. But honestly, I just wanna play with these stamps. My goodness, this is a 30-minute video already. Boy, hopefully you're learning something from it. I'm just over here blabbing away 30 minutes later. Okay, so I think I really want to just add some interest to the bottom of this. So I'm thinking I'm going to use my Timber Brown Stays On. And I think I want to do this number here. I'm so excited about these stamps, you guys. Like, I have been wanting these. I seriously can't tell you how long I've been wanting them. I am so thrilled. Ooh, there's another one. I like that number too. I am so thrilled to have these. Like I said, the one set is, my birthday's next week, so I had them in the cart and I was ordering sweaters and Mom was like, I'll get them for you. And I was like, okay, I'll let you. So... And God love Mark, he didn't even complain when I got the other set for myself. So, not that I need to be buying anything right now, but... So my 12 days of Christmas shopping is super close to being done. So I'm really excited about that. I don't want to stamp on that. I need to stamp and just see. Ooh! Oh, I like it. Yeah. Like it. So let's just go like that one there. Oh yeah, and it's faint and that's okay. I'd like it. All right. These aren't very sticky though for being stamps, for clinging to my my thing here. My block, that's the word I'm after. Oh yeah. And the ink is kind of like spreading into that paper tape, which is kind of interesting. Let's see. What about tag number? So I don't think, it's not doing that really on the paper so much as this tape. So maybe it's that tape absorbing the ink. I really don't know. I don't know. I feel like we needed some words on here or some kind of script or something to go on here. Ooh, what about this round one? I know, make a decision. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm just kind of playing, which I need to play. We're gonna put good there, and I'm gonna put the rest there. And then stamp that off, get the ink off my table. I'm gonna have to clean my table anyway. I do have a mess. You guys know I always have a mess. Always, always, always. Okay, one more. How about this original one right here? Let's see what it does. Ooh, I don't know about these like this. Because how am I gonna get them to stay back on there? You guys got any tips for me? Because I just got these, so can you help me out? I'm not sure what to do with them. Original, and we'll put that number there. It's just faint, which is fine, totally fine. And then back to my handy dandy inexpensive Amazon scripty stamp, just to fill in a little bit of interest there. And it's very faint, you can barely see it, which is fine because I just wanted a little bit of interest on there to kind of make this stand out from our pocket. And then, I don't know where my wipes are. I don't know where my brain is either today. Just kidding, my brain's in Florida already. So, oh, well that's great because that stays on. That was smart. Well, you guys will know it's permanently in my thing now. It's okay. All right, so we're gonna need some glue. Oh, I think that's gonna kind of blend in like it's part of the paper. And then, yeah, so I want to get this like somewhere here. Oh, I didn't even need to stamp that end. Okay, it's gonna use pretty much the whole piece, so that's good. And it did soak in because it's like stamped on the back too, which is kind of a neat piece. We could almost do like a reverse thing on here. Like for it to be backwards, that would be kind of fun. All right. Oh, and look, that transferred the ink through there. So it's either not all the way dry, which may be why it's transferring. So I'm gonna have to set this aside and make sure it's totally dry before I put it in the journal so I don't get any kind of transfer of color. Oh yeah, my fingers are covered too. Make sure my fingers are good. And oh, I like that. That looks really neat though. Maybe we'll make our own kind of like washi tape kind of tape with that. And maybe we need to use like a different kind of ink to spray. I don't know. We'll see how it dries. I'm just gonna set it aside and let it dry. It'll dry. It'll be fine. I love that though. How fun. So hopefully you can see that. Can you see that stamping on there? How fun. Okay, I'm gonna set that aside to dry. Clean up these stamps. I would like a suggestion for these because they're not gonna stay in there like that. So what do you guys do with yours to keep them together? I mean, I see people that have them together, but these aren't sticky at all. Like for sticking, so I don't know, are they supposed to be? I would think so, because that's how they cling to the plastic, right? And I know I can put, you know, use glue stick to stick them to my blocks, but I don't really want to do that with these. So that's kind of a bummer. And if I did use the hole punch to put these in a binder, my stamps are gonna fall off, which I probably wouldn't do that anyway, but anyway. So tell me what you think or give me a suggestion. Okay, thank you for joining me. I hope everybody's doing well. Just thank you so much for joining me. As time moves forward here, getting ready for the trip, I am going to continue to work on this, but I'm also going to start packing projects. So again, I'll ask you, you know, kind of like last year, is that something that you want to see? is how I'm packing or what I'm deciding to take. I don't know. Then also, I know Rhoda and Lisa, you both asked me if I film on the road. And last year I did film some, like I finished the pink Christmas folio on the road, and I did film the final flip through of the steampunk that I made, and I did the swap journal that I made for the Christmas swap with my two friends. And so I did film the flip throughs of those, but not so much like how I built it, I think. I honestly, I have to go back and look. But this year, I'm hoping, because we're going to Florida, that the weather will be a little bit nicer and I can work outside, or Mark can be outside, and it'll be a little bit more, it'll be better for filming, because part of the challenge last winter was how cold it was where we were, and so I couldn't work outside really. And you know, if we're both in the RV, it's really awkward for me to film, because as you guys know, if I feel like somebody can hear me, I get kind of weirded out about filming. And I know that, you know, a couple of you have said that you understand that. So I do plan to film. I do plan to still be sharing content. I don't want to go 4, 5, 6 months. I don't know. We will be back. I know when we'll be back. But anyway, we're not going to be gone 6 months. I'm just playing. But I don't want to go that long without content. And, you know, I do try to put videos out currently every 3 or 4 days. I prefer 3 days, but like this week, that's just not been possible. So I'm hoping to be able to continue that on the road. I do plan to do the Defemorember this year. I know Barbara said that her and Louisa are doing it a little bit differently this year. So I'm excited to see what that's going to look like, and I do want to do that. And then I will have this Dumbo journal that I'll be making, probably working on the road. Then I was thinking that I might take my winter stuff and maybe bunnies, I don't know, for a spring and a winter project. But I thought the winter one might be kind of a fun January project, or just take the bunnies and work on some spring journals. So if you guys want to give me some feedback there, I would appreciate it. I did consider taking my bee stuff, but I have so much bee stuff, I just don't know if I want to do that. So again, feedback is greatly appreciated on that. But yeah, so thank you for joining me today. I hope everybody's doing well, and I will see you in the next video. And I'm going to set that aside to dry, and we'll see what it does, and hopefully it does dry. Bye.